Hey everybody! In today's video, we are going to be showing you how to make these engraved or laser engraved mirrors, and that will really bring your pictures to the next level. So as you can see, I have pictures here, and that is the picture of my daughter. And here's another picture of the Lion and the Lamb that I got from Etsy. And I also have this picture that I downloaded from the internet. I really love that picture, so I thought I would make something out of it. And what I did was I used just normal mirrors, and I laser engraved the back of it, and also I put backlighting. But before that, I put the mirror first in a shadow box and put a backlighting on the back. And as you can see, like for this one over here, it's flashing. It comes with a remote control and you can change the colors, but for this tutorial I'm not going to do that. So yeah, let's get started.
Yummy!
Okay, so here are the things that we are going to need. So first, I have here my mirror, and as you can see, this is just a normal mirror that you would use to look at yourself. Here's the back of it. You can actually use just a normal glass, but you have to spray something on the back of it to have this kind of backing. And I thought it would just be easier to use just a normal mirror. And then I have here my shadow box. I got this from Michael's. This is actually a 9x9, and as you can see, even though you don't use the shadow box for mirror engraving, you can still use it for whatever purpose you might need it for. And then I have this 1 meter white strip lights or LED strip lights. I did not use the ones that you can change colors, so this is good for now. And then I also need to cut my mirror only because I could not find mirrors that the size is 9x9, and I also cannot find shadow boxes with the size of 10x10. So this is the actual size of my mirror. It's 10x10. I got it from Amazon, and unfortunately I can't find the right sizes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut my mirror first. So here I have this ruler. I also used this marker, or dry erase marker, to actually make the markings here so that it will be a 9x9 size. And I have here also my mirror cutter or glass cutter, and of course you have to use your gloves just for safety purposes. And yeah, so we are just going to cut this mirror real quick. Trust me, it's not that hard. There you go. It comes up so easily. Let me just move that a little bit. There you go. Okay, so next we are going to prepare our image, and to do just that, I am going to use imagear.com. It's so easy. You could just scroll down and you will see all the steps over here. So for this one, I am going to upload my daughter's picture and just wait a few seconds. it will scroll, once you scroll down again, you will see the actual image. And then you can crop your image, but for this one I'm not going to crop it. However, I am going to resize my picture. Instead of using pixels, I will use inches, and I will also uncheck this one. If you are making a different size, it's easier to uncheck that tick box. Otherwise, if you want it square, then go right ahead. For this one, I am going to make my mirror is 9 by 9, and I decided to make an 8 by 8 image. So 8 inches in height and 8 inches in width. And then I will also change the DPI, or dots per inch, and I will do 318. You can do whatever, you can use whatever you want. For me, it just worked very, very well. And then you can click OK. Alright, and then scroll down again, and you will see that you have 2 copies of the image now. You can add the text if you want. I'm not going to do that. For the material, I always choose Norton, and then Norton glass, then click OK. Like I said, again, it just worked for me. So you can see that this image, it doesn't look very well right now, but it will be, trust me, when you have the final product. And so I will download it. You have the options here. I usually go for PNG file, and it will download for you. So this is now the picture. So what you're gonna do is you are going to make sure that this is an actual PNG file without the white background or something. So the background should really be transparent. I will show you that later when we go to Lightburn. Okay, so before we go to Lightburn, I thought I would show you first quickly how I make sure that my background is actually transparent, so that when I engrave the picture, it will not also engrave the actual background, the white background, so that your picture will look nice and clean. I made that mistake in the past. I thought it was a PNG file, and I thought it was transparent, and apparently not, so it was a total mess. So I don't want you to make that kind of mistake, so I'm just gonna show you how I do that. So I'm using freeconvert.com, JPEG to PNG, and then I will just choose the file, but also pay attention to the settings down below. So I want to check that choose a color to make transparent, so I will click yes, and as you can see, that changed to this picture right here, making sure that it is a transparent background. So I'm not gonna change anything else, and then I'm going to choose my file, which is that one, and then again the settings, making sure that it's there. So yes, apply settings, and then we are going to convert that file. It will just take a few seconds, and so it is ready. We are going to download this, and it will be saved on my device. Again, it's another PNG file, and but at least that one we know for sure that that is a transparent background. Okay, so right now I am in Lightburn, and what I want to show you is that remember when I told you that the picture might not be transparent and or might not have a transparent background? This is what I was talking about. So as you can see, there's this white background over here that I really don't want to engrave. So if you will just compare this picture that I just downloaded, and oops, let me just resize that one. Sorry, I didn't realize that is realize that is really big. Okay, so as you can see, you can really see through the picture. You can see all those grid lines on the back, whereas over here you can see just the white background. So again, just make sure that your picture is actually transparent. So now I am going to engrave this picture. Again, I want the 8x8 size. So I will just make sure that I have the right size over there. Then I will also stick with the current settings that I have right here. So I have the power of 60% and I have the speed of 50 millimeters per second. I will also, as you can see, the default right there, that's the one we used when we prepared our image, 318 dpi, and like I said, I'm okay with that. And make sure that you also have this mode image right here. So automatically by default, when you upload your image or when you import your image, it will show that the mode is image mode. Okay, so another thing I forgot to mention earlier, because my image is only 8x8 inches and my material is 9x9, I find it very helpful to put that image inside a square, and I will just resize that square into 9x9 just to give me that guide. And when I frame this, let's turn it just into blue so it's a lot easier to see. So when I actually frame this square, it will frame that 9x9 just the same size as my mirror, and then when it starts engraving, it will just engrave this actual image size. And so over here for the settings, I will also just turn off the output for the square, because that I don't need that to show on my mirror. And I will just also turn off air assist, and for the image I will just turn on everything. So I will frame that, and then I will once I'm done framing and everything is all set in my laser, then I will start it. And yeah, so we'll just have to see the actual time or actual engraving time. You can just easily do that by selecting all. I do is Control A and then Alt P, and you will see it will take about 3 hours to finish engraving. And I know that takes a while, but trust me, it is all worth it. Okay, so here is my laser engraver and my material. So we are going to be engraving on the back side of the mirror, and also just make sure that your focus is correct. Otherwise it's not going to give you that very desirable results. Also make sure that your material is perfectly aligned. You can do that in so many ways, but for me, I just find it a lot easier to drag the laser head and make sure that it is aligned by following that crosshair. And I do that before actually clicking on the frame button in Lightburn. So again, there's so many ways to do that, but that method is just a lot easier for me. And so now I will click frame in Lightburn, and that laser head will move. And just to make sure that that is 9 inches by 9 inches. And so we have that perfect square guide. So now I also want to note that you need to know your laser. In my case, my laser, if I follow that crosshair, that cross red line that you can see there, it is going to be out of line. So what I do with my own laser, after making several mistakes, I will just move that right on the corner, and just making sure that I will start just at that laser head. I know it's hard to see, but yeah, I just move that laser, and it works well for me. It might not be the same for you, so again, just know your laser. Okay, so here I am again. I just want to let you know that I actually made a minor change to my image. Earlier it was 8 by 8 inches, and I realized that I don't really like that size. So this time I'm going to be using 8 inches by 5.3270 inches. And I was just getting ready to hit that start button, but then I said, you know what, I'm just gonna change that size of that image. But everything is still the same. The power, the speed, the dots per inch, everything. As you can see, we still have this square guide that we have right here, and to make sure that that image is in the center of that square guide, we can just select all and click this button right here. There you go. Now the image is in the center. And also don't forget to turn on your air assist. And yeah, I will click start, and after 3 hours we will have our results. And if you happen to see this one, by the way, just click yes. It's not gonna affect anything as long as you framed your material and your image very well. And yeah, that's it. In the meantime, and while we are getting our mirror ready, we are just going to prepare our shadow box. So like I said, this shadow box is really nice. It's deep, and also you can use this shadow box for whatever reason. And if it's unfortunate enough that you break your mirror, and I hope that doesn't happen. So it comes with a glass, and this is what I want to replace. So instead of using this glass, I'm going to get rid of it and put our engraved mirror instead. And then what I do is I wrap this LED strip lights, and all you gotta do is to peel it just like so and tape it right inside, not the outside. This is the side that is going against our shadow box, so we want the light to be inside it. And just keep taping it around it. And yeah, that's it. And then once our mirror is done, we're gonna place the mirror in here. Again, the back of the mirror should be facing us, and we are just going to put this frame right on top of it and close it. And then we are going to plug this in, and you will see the very beautiful picture that you have, and I hope you will enjoy it. Okay, so our mirror is now done, and as you can see, this is not really the best picture, I would say, especially for a tutorial like this, but only because of the color of the picture that I chose. And so yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to, but still it is a success, so I will just have to deal with this one. And then we're gonna put that inside the shadow box, and we are gonna put this frame right on top of it. And then we are going to put the back cover, close it up, and I have here a this is a charger actually, and I'm just gonna use that to plug it in. And here is the product. I don't know if you can see it very well. Probably I need to turn off the light. Let me just try that one. Okay, so here is the final product. So as you can see, this is now the final product, and it's still very beautiful. Like I said, my picture, or the picture that I chose, its color is not really the best, and that's why it came out like this, but it is still a success. It's the same process that I used when I engraved all my other pictures. So I hope you will enjoy doing it, and I hope you had fun. Thank you for watching. Bye!